and we're getting back into comics. Well, today is number 2 because I wanted to, of course, get back into my comics, and I realized that there were things happening with my characters. And just like the X-Men team, the Teen Titans are almost always splitting up. There's maybe some drama. Some characters are indeed older and they cannot be Teen Titans anymore, but they are still Titans nonetheless. This is another example of an excellent cover in my opinion. Like, I just love the dynamics. We got a little display of powers from Bumblebee. We got Aqualad up here. It's like, I'm not sure who this is. I think this is Omen. This is a new look. I really like the new look of Omen. That's really cool. A little bit more tech for Bumblebee. We got Nightwing back in the classic blue. I did not like the red. And unfortunately, I mean, I know comics had a very noir tone about them at one time, where they turned him, before I got back into comics, he was like a spy. I think it was like a Spiral, I heard it was, the organization or something. It supposedly was a pretty good storyline. I'm just not, I don't like the James Bond movies. Not that they aren't exciting. James Bond's cool and all. I'm just like, it's just meh. James Bond is like meh. It's a little bit too close to reality to me to be fun. I can't suspend my disbelief because it's like, this is real, not real. Just pick whether you're going to be fiction or fact. Pick one. But he's back in the classic blue, loving it. And I love Wally's new outfit. I love the white lightning, the glow on the. I like that. That is cool. And it looks like in the new movie that Barry's gonna have blue lightning coming off of him, which I like that in the comics the lightning that comes off the character typically is the same as their secondary color. Like, he's got these white streaks. The outfit is obviously red and white. He's got the red hair showing. I love the speed. The dynamic, speed lines. He's just like, he's kicking it in at the last moment, making this little flank secure, like, I got you. We got the guys, people are all around. This is just a classic comic book cover. I'm loving it. Well, I have read this before, and this is actually a wonderful way to get back into comics, because this is actually an issue that explains a lot of what's going on. And I love how it's done. Once again, now that I've read these, I understand why you don't really need here's what happened last week. They're going to play off of what happened last week. You're going to kind of get it. And I actually like that. But once again, Pathfinder Munchkin. I play Munchkin. I play Pathfinder. I should probably grab a Pathfinder Munchkin expansion or the game. I may actually do that. Advertising done well. But you got to know your audience. We love fantasy, so we go in there. It's what's happening. But yeah, like, Rikers Island Correctional Facility. Man, like, just the classic leading in the new character, the character you haven't seen, very super classic. You got 30 minutes. Thank you. Like, but we're going to pull you out as soon as the crap hits the fan. It's like, and of course, your character comes right in, and they do the whole, like, they don't want to reveal, but, it's like, I've come to talk to you. The chamber's side dampened, so, you can't get out, but we can communicate mentally inside. And, of course, unseen, you hear, great. Then no one outside will hear you scream. And I love the creep jot on Simon. But yeah, if you watch Young Justice, once again, you should know Simon. And I do like that they are using characters in the comics that are also being used outside of the comics. Just kind of like, it's good to bring people in with stuff that they're familiar with. And this is a character that I am semi-familiar with. I know his powers, I know what he looks like. You don't even have to tell me who he is. Because if you're watching the shows and you want to now read the comics, boom, familiar face. Just like they did with Calderon in my last one. Venonize. But it is the classic sit down, the character Omen, the meeting of the minds, like, I need information, I need you to tell me. And of course it's Simon. He's a creepy creep, and he's so up his own butt about how superior he is when it comes to being a psychic and being a manipulator. And they are so clever how they just get you caught up with everything that's going on in this conversation, because those two are having a conversation and they're flexing the muscle and might. And Simon's like, oh, I can get inside your mind. You're not nearly as strong as you think. Let's see what's going on with your team. Now, I will also admit that Donna Troy, I don't really know the character. I mean, when I got into comics, like in my last one, I said I got into a lot of Teen Titans and read a lot of back issues, but it seems like a lot of the times Donna was just in and out really quick, and they didn't really tell you what was up with her. She was just in really quick in and out. Like, she's a Teen Titan, she's a friend, she's like a Wonder Woman clone, and she's your teen version of Wonder Woman. Don't ask a lot of questions. She kicks a lot of butt. She's gone by. But in this, man, oh dude, they reveal some backstory about her, some backstory that I did not even know. And if you're a buddy of mine, online or offline, you know that I got a lot of knowledge, old knowledge about these heroes. I can tell you about the history of a decent amount of them. Mostly on the Marvel side, I'll admit. But it gets me a little bit of that comics knowledge. I did not know that she was basically a magical replacement for Wonder Woman. She was made. Her memories are implanted, and she is slowly coming to grips with that. I mean, that's some deep stuff. When everything you are is just like, yeah, that your parents, that's implanted. You're made magically. Yeah, yeah. But hey, once again, the art's wonderful. I mean, it's dynamic. She's just kicking so much butt, beheading someone. I love this art. This art is just bringing me right in. I know this artist. Who is this? Let's see. I forget what it. I'm gonna have to look this up, but I think it goes like a writer, art, and then color, or is it color, art, writer? I'm not sure, but this is a good team. This is a winning combo right here. Just thank you, DC, for rebirthing. I'm back. I'm back in the comics. But let's get on a little bit. And of course, hey, go and do it, man. Get on it. Look it up. Do your thing. It's like, but they even catch you up with Roy Harper, which, if you watch the Arrow TV show, you'll know Roy. He's off doing his own thing in the show, and wouldn't it be really cool if in the TV show he was like off doing the Outsiders or being a Titan? He was still doing stuff, but anyway, he has his own complicated backstory line. We know, Speedy was on heroin, the most famous, point of his career. Why the backwards hat? I know that's really abrupt, but just hat. Very, very these characters, really a hood, a this, a that. This kind of makes sense for them. This person wears that because it's light and flexible. This person doesn't need to wear a lot, but jeans and a t-shirt because they're invulnerable. As an archer, I would understand having a hood for glare. But he has these really cool goggles that you would think are for glare, or maybe it has some sort of tech readout. I mean, I don't know how techy this Roy is, but you would think that that's, but what is a backwards hat doing? You even have short hair. You barely have anything to grab. What's going on here? Sorry, I don't want to go too far off on a hat tangent here. It's the your hat. But he has, of course, in these wonderful things, there's a little bit of romance. We got, because Omen is your telepath, your empath, and you can feel a little bit of, you can even see, I mean, little faces, a little sorrow. Like, he's like, man, he's crushing hard on our Donna. Crushing real hard. And I mean, come on, dude. You'd be crushing hard, too. She's awesome. She's an awesome character. And just good heart, beautiful chick, wonderful heart, brilliant. Yeah, you'd be crushing, too. You know you would. But yeah, she can read it, and she's like, man. She even tells him, you better get to move on before it gets too late. Open up your cup and throw your hands up and let me hear the party say. I mean, just get off your butt. Go do some stuff. And because she's dealing with her own little bit of romance right here. And I really like it that even in the comic, through training and banter, not only do they imply an obvious romance that's kindling between them, but in this, they're implying that she is actually learning how to defend herself, how to, use her telekinesis and her psychic abilities to augment her fighting, and that she's getting really good, and that he's really proud of her. And he's like, man, you're pretty awesome. And blush, of course. More romance. I mean, these are the soaps, man. I gotta say, Teen Titans, I kind of expect to see a little bit of a soap opera. Which, hey, man, they're soaps. And man, this whole issue, like I said, you don't need the beginning startup, because this entire issue is just her, Simon, and just the back and forth, the jockeying of the minds, like, oh, hey, I'm going to let you in, or am I letting you in? Am I letting you know, is this truth, these lies? And then Simon's getting to know a little bit of the surface level stuff that's going on with the Titans. And you even reveal that, if you remember Young Justice, Black Canary is kind of like the counselor to these young heroes, because this is some heavy stuff that's happening. I mean, kids and 20-somethings, we have army guys that have PTSD and things. They have a counselor. These teams have someone to talk them through all these battles and this fighting and these conflicts and these complex emotions. And it's really cool to be like, oh, you're the counselor, and you're an empath. It's like, you're a joke, and he's just poking and poking and poking. And like I said, I haven't been back and seen Wally through Comics Explained and Comic Pop. I've learned that Wally was actually pulled out of the Speed Force, so he's been gone for a long time. His wife is actually asked him to stop calling, because like I said, that 5 to 10 years has been just plucked out of their universe, and it's leaving gaps in people's lives. And he pops back in. He's like, my wife doesn't even know me. She doesn't love me. And I'm so anxious that I've ruined things with her already. I mean, come on, dude. You're someone that pops out of a time warp. You don't know them. And they're like, we were married. I love you. Ah. Yeah, you're probably going to be like, dude, pump your brakes. You're nuts. And you got superpowers. Don't be a super creeper. But, these two, seem to, have storylines and things in common, and, well, I'm sorry, Roy, you gotta get the move on before it gets too late. And I think we've all been there with someone or somebody, and that's heartbreaking. And, of course, Simon poking it oh, dude, really? Oh, that's, you kids. You kids are cute. This is so cute. This is precious. This is and he literally calls this a soap opera. I love it. The commentary on the obviousness, and even she's like, you may not think you are, but you're really letting your guard down. And she's like, sweetie, look at this face, sweetie, honey, baby doll. Come on. Get out of here. Get out of here. You're adorable. Your team is adorbs. And of course, yes, see it in theaters. See it. Should have seen it. Get it. Buy it. Man, all the little memes of Wonder Woman carrying, Batman and Superman. Dude, they are apt portrayals. See this movie. Good stuff. But back from the shameless plug. Oh yeah, and buy really cool stuff like that, because that's really cool stuff. As you can see, I got really cool stuff like that. Really cool stuff like that. And so does like everybody. I mean, I'm glad that it's a lot more mainstream and easier to get really cool nerd kitsch now. But yes, and we also have another reveal here because, like I said, I'm getting back into comics. Somehow Bumblebee, Simon stole her memories, and it's wrecked the family with Mal Duncan. Like I said, if you watch Young Justice, you should know Bumblebee, you should know Mal, you should know that little animosity. Well, they have a kid, and Nightwing's like, dude, we're working on it. Are you? This is wrecked my family. I told her not to go back into this because it's like you got kids now. Like, these are not the teen titans. These are 20-somethings, 30-somethings. Like, some of us. I mean, I don't have kids, but I got friends with kids, and to think that if we were friends, if we were a super team, like, man, like having kids and dealing with that kind of crazy stuff that happens, I totally understand. So one of them being like, we're out of the super game. We are out of the super game. We are done. We have a kid now. We can raise them and train them and do a bunch of stuff where we are not going out every night. And B. B is like your Beyonce, Queen Bee, and it's like, she even says, you don't get to tell me what I am, because she doesn't have the memories of having a child. So she's the one who's like, he's basically a single dad now. And like, he is so, like, y'all need to grab this book. This is a read. I mean, you'll have to check out this dialogue. I know for copyright reasons I can't like go through every single thing and show you every single thing. So it is kind of purposeful that I put my hands in front of stuff. But man, like, it's just so good. And of course, her being herself, she would have just told him, like, because they're talking about her. They're like, dude, come on. Like, what? He is flipping a table pissed, and she comes in like, I'm a superhero. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. And he is just like, he's like, he's gone. And she's like, I think I just really made that worse. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, sweetie. Yeah, sweetie. You kind of just did. We were having a conversation, a grown person conversation, and you didn't have to just come in out of left field, wagging your finger and shaking your head. This was not appropriate. I know this was about you, but we were talking. We were talking. Check yourself, because you just made the situation worse, and now you feel bad. I love the art, like the faces. The faces. I love the expressive faces. I just love it. And especially Simon. Simon's going to be my new villain. Like, if I ever make a villain or a villain in Pathfinder or something, I may have to make, like, a mind flare or a psychic who's just like, oh, oh yes, whatever. Just so arrogant, loves poking at the team, has such a superiority complex, and maybe likes to torture, test, and goad the heroes more than kill them. That would be kind of fun. Give me a recurring villain. A little spoiler warning for anybody who plays with me. But yeah, this is, and like I said, last time I was like, man, I wish there was that little synopsis in the front. Like, dude, this entire book, this entire $3.99 comic, Teen Titans, Titans 12, really gets you caught up. It really gets you caught up in a really tight, nice manner, and you get to see a character that, like, I don't know her. I've never seen her in a lot. I don't know that what's her name? I wanted to say Oracle there, but it's Omen. Omen is just one of those side titans. You really don't see a lot of her, and they're really giving her a lot of personality. You're seeing her skills and her depths as a manipulator of the mind, of telekinesis, hand to hand, her personality, her place on the team as a counselor. Like, you're getting a lot. Like, this is like the last one was Calderon's breakout. This is going to teach you about Omen, and everyone else is you're going to learn about them. And man, just these guys, these writers do a very good ensemble cast. Very, very good ensemble work. But of course, it's just they're back and forth, of course. And of course, Simon wants to sow seeds of discord in the team. And that's the crazy thing about a villain like this. Is he messing with you? Is he messing with you, or is he telling you the truth? Is he trying to warn you because he wants to see you twitch? Does he care? Does he really think that the world is going to burn if you guys don't, whatever? Or is it all a mind play? It just it's like, Simon, you are a jackass. But she does a really good job showing how powerful she is and how clever she is. And just like back in the other part of the comic where, Mal is mad because Simon took the memories, maybe there's a little breakthrough. Maybe she's way more powerful than Simon thinks. Oh yeah, buddy. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. A little mind kasploober. Yeah, it's kind of it's just an onomatopoeia. Kasploober. Like, I don't know. I don't know what you like. I don't know. It's obviously painful. He's freaked out, but he's still trying to plant those seeds, and you're just like, oh. And at the end, the wonderful close of the comic book is them going to the place that she dug out of his mind, and she talks about, like, we have to build trust. This is still a really new team. And she's like, how can I trust these people? And with each box gives like a little bit of their flaws and how these things they have to work past. So that they're not just muscle-bound superheroes in tights. They're actually people with problems, complicated pasts. And they even say a lot of these characters are from broken homes and broken lives, and there's nothing squeaky clean about, there's nothing squeaky clean about any of them. They've all done morally dubious things, have their own failings and triumphs. Oh man, this, my friends, I'm telling you, is worth getting back into comics.